I'm Carl, and this free video giveaway, if you want the storyline file that I'm showing you here, there is a link below in the description. I'm going to show you how I actually did some of these so that you can recreate it in your own projects or edit the free file that I'm giving away for you. So the first thing that we've got here, this was software training, and that rather than making a module that just shows the features of the software, you want to have people with a little backstory for why they would want to use this. So I did a trick here with custom states so that as we go to the different layers and we meet these different characters, they all gray out. And then when you actually finish and you go through it, got little objectives for the goals and what you need to do to sort of complete the challenge. Then once you have done that and you come back, you'll see that this person is actually grayed out. So in this video that we've got a complete state, we've got a hover state, and we've got a gray state. So in my storyline workshops, I talk about how a state allows one object to have more than one appearance. Even like back in the 90s, your hyperlink change colors as you would visit it. Very similar to that. So let me go to the storyline file and I'll show you what I mean. So here we go. I have these 5 different characters. I'm going to go ahead and kind of step you through some of this, and then I'll actually do a video where I actually make one of these characters and do the same things on their own. So here in the states, like I said, we have a number of different states that are here. I made a gray state, I made a hover state that you saw just as I moved my mouse over the characters, and then this one is called complete. So when you finish the characters section, when you've completed all of that, then we have grayed out. So one of the things that I really like about Storyline is that they have these built-in characters. So all of these came from the character palette. You can go in, you can pick a number of different ones. I'm going to pick this lady, Lily. I'm going to put her in here just to use as an example so that I can show you how I did the custom states. Okay? So I'm going to move her around so she's about the same size. You'll see that my other friends here have all been cropped. I used the crop tool to do that. I could go back and give them their legs if I wanted to, but I'm just going to leave it as is. So we had a few different states. So I'm going to click Edit State, and then when I get to this, I'm just going to click New, and then you'll see there's a little drop-down list here. If you wanted to just start typing, if you type in just the letter, if you just type in H, it's going to give you a few different options. We're going to do Hover. So now this character Lily is available in the normal state, and then if I move my mouse over her, I want her to have a little bit of a glow effect. And here's how I did that. So you can go into the Format tab here. This works the same way that it does in PowerPoint. If it's not selected, these options aren't here. So once I've selected, I can go in and I can go to Format, and then I can choose different picture effects. So the one I did was glow. The colors that you see here are the same as the colors that are in your palette. So if you wanted green and that's not in this particular palette, I have other videos to show how you could actually go and adjust that. So now you'll see we've got Lily Normal and Lily Hover. So I'm going to enter in another one that is called Gray. So I'm going to go in, and for this one, I'm still here in the Format tab, but I'm going to go over here into, I forget how I did it, so you may have to watch me try and fail a little bit here. I think I just did it here under Recolor. In one of the other ones, I'm going to use this brightness. So yeah, it looks like we did her probably that one. Then I'm going to make another one that is just called Complete. I use the Complete because some triggers, some programming for this to actually change this Lily character so that when she gets that, grayed out completely. So you see that I picked the more options. I can have her dark. The other ones are kind of close. I could actually go into one of the characters and look and see what I did for the transparency. I think it was about something like this. In your own project, you can work with it. You can try to do it however you want. And then I actually I'm going to hit Done. So part of when you're working with states, now you'll see that there's things that I can't do. I can't go in and change colors and fonts. There's other things that I can't do because I'm still in state edit mode. So I can't click over to my, well, I guess I can click over to my timeline. Okay, so if I would have clicked the done button, then it brings me back to my regular characters. So I like my modules to be consistent. So I could have gone in and just picked one of these characters, but I wanted to copy and go in here and actually have a check mark that is the same size, and you see that I did it right in the middle of the chest. So we've got it here, and it's about the same. You can hold the shift key down when you're dragging something around, and that'll keep it. Oops, I grabbed Lily instead of my check mark by mistake. So I'm just gonna let that go, and I'm gonna do the old favorite Control Z to delete it, and or to go back a step there. And I'll pick this guy here, and now I can use my keyboard to make just a few pixels at a time. And then I'll go ahead and hit done. Another thing that I could do, I showed you the hard way to do it. I showed you how I actually went through and did this all on my own. I'm going to bring my friend Pamela in here to show you an even better way, a little faster way to do it. And that is, we're going to do it with the Format Painter. So I'm going to pick somebody here who has all these different states. And then I'm going to go up here to the Home tab, and I'm going to say Format Painter, and then I'm just going to click on Pamela. And now when we click on Pamela, look at that. It's got the same sort of effects put on there. She's got the hover state with the glow, a selected one. So again, states allow you to use different appearances for a single object. So you'll see that both Pamela and Lily, they look 5 or 6 different ways, but they're only one object here on the timeline. Okay, so in this video you learned how to make custom states. See if you can make a gray state, a complete state, and a hover state all on your own. Then check out the next video to see how I actually built that grayed out effect.